Today, I want to talk about one of my absolute favorite things, one of my absolute favorite feelings as a language learner. Also, I would love to hear yours. But before we start, I want to introduce myself again. So, my name is Paula. Learning English absolutely changed my life. And so now I help language learners also get a personality when they speak foreign languages because, this is probably one of the most difficult things, and especially feel confident when they communicate. In July, I was working in this school and I was helping some students prepare themselves for the Cambridge exams. And I just got a message today, and I'm so happy because all of them passed. We had classes every day for the whole month of July, and it was really intense for them. It was really intense for me as well, but I'm just so proud. I wanted to share it with you because I got the message today, and it just really made my day, to be honest. And so we could say that is something that makes me very happy as a language teacher, as a language tutor. But today we're not talking about that. We're talking about what makes me happy as a language learner. This is a very difficult question. It's similar to when someone asks me, what's your favorite book? It is a difficult question because there are so many answers to it, right? But one of my absolute favorite things is when you learn a new word, you really pay attention to it, okay? So you learn it. So you maybe read it in a text and then you look it up, you see some examples in context. Maybe a couple of days after, you are listening to a podcast, let's say, and this word comes up. I don't have the words to express how happy that makes me. It's just such a good feeling. And it's amazing because you will always experience it. No matter your level, you will always experience it. Three things could happen. You might want to learn a new words, but then you don't remember it, so you completely forget the word. That's one thing that can happen. Another thing that could happen is that you actually learn the word and you recognize it. So you go like, okay, I've seen this before, but maybe you don't quite remember the meaning. And then the other thing that can happen is that you learn the word and then you recognize it and you understand it. So that's the best, isn't it? I would say. But also recognizing and not understanding, it kind of feels good. Doesn't feel as good, but it feels like you're doing something right because you didn't forget, like, the form. So you didn't forget the form, you forgot the meaning. I also want to say that if you learn words and you completely forget them, that's okay. So don't panic. It happens to me as well. It's just a case of you need more input. I don't remember how many times. I remember I studied this at university. I remember we saw this in applied linguistics, but I don't quite remember now. So there is a number of times that you need to get exposed to a word to learn it, and this varies from learner to learner. So maybe the same word would take more input to a person than another, and it also varies in terms of the complexity of the word, obviously. But it is a very interesting thing, and so do not panic if you forget. It's completely okay. You just need more input. I thought I'd share with you the actual word I'm talking about because, this video all comes from me the other day that I learned this word, and then I was reading something and I saw the word and I was like, okay, I need to make a video about this. The word is cornerstone. Now, I don't remember where I learned it. If you don't know this word, I actually have a little text for you so you can try and guess what it means. While there are cornerstones that help, like being consistent and focusing on 1% improvements, there's not a one size fits all answer to this question. So, if you don't know this word, okay, from context, we could say that being consistent and focusing on 1% improvements would be a cornerstone, right? So think about it. And if you still can't guess the meaning, maybe use a dictionary and look it up. But this is a new word that I have learned. I would like to know one word you've learned this week. It could be maybe you read a text or you listened to a podcast, and it doesn't have to be in English. Yeah, it can be in any language you're learning. I am an advanced learner of English, and for me, because I'm sharing my experience with you, it's going to be in English. But if you're learning another language, I would also love to know. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.